the fucking
All right
blessed
then.
risings. I got you. That's my first time. I got you, dog. Yeah, I got you this
You
time,
did get
dog.
me.
I
You
got
got me.
you.
You got me. That's all good.
Y'all want to know what we talking about? If you've been watching this show from the beginning, you know that Mr. J Lava used to get me and catch me slipping all the time during the lives, and we would be live, and I would have no clue. And today, after over a year and almost 2,000 episodes, I have finally
You did get
got
me.
my
You didn't even know
one.
live, fam. I didn't know it was live, B.
Straight up, straight up. But anyways, you guys, thanks for tapping in. Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening. It is a good evening. I ain't even gonna go into the whole intro. We already done got y'all too long already. Let me get into this. March for Our Lives. Protests against gun violence sweep nation following hundreds of mass shootings committed by white people. Protests will be participating in more than 450 rallies across the country Saturday in an effort to advance more laws and nationally and state against black people to restrict them from getting firearms. That is what they're not telling you. That is why we
You know,
punched
I
in
you know
to
what I
let
can
you know.
appreciate? I can appreciate your automatic redaction. Like it's a gift that you got there to kind of read it and say something else while simultaneously saying something else. It's pretty dope.
I appreciate that, sir. I
Yeah,
never really realized how tough it was until being on the other side. And
yeah,
so
that's really tough
definitely
to
I
do.
appreciate you. And I learned a little bit too just from doing it with you as well. So I commend you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thousands of demonstrators took to the streets. Hundreds of protests across the country simultaneously. Super sane birds coming together, two wings against you, black people. And they wanted to push lawmakers. They want to bully lawmakers to take action on gun violence in the wake of recent mass shootings. Just these recent ones where the police wouldn't run in to go save the kids. No, we're not going in there. And the other one in Buffalo where it was a tyrannical race white supremacist soldier that was targeting black people. It was domestic terrorism. That's what took place. And now we need gun laws for our safety to help protect us. So that's the problem now. We don't have enough gun laws to stop white supremacists from killing black people. Because if we had more gun laws, that would stop tyrannical race soldiers from seeking and destroying and finding black people to kill. If you just
Right.
had more gun laws.
That's funny because no, that doesn't mean that at all.
I mean, that's how ridiculous it sounds. That's how ridiculous it sounds.
That's what's gonna happen. Huh? All of a sudden, the gun
All of a
laws are gonna
sudden,
get stricter, and nobody's gonna want to shoot anybody anymore. Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead. I just want to make sure that's what it is.
yes, sir. The DC mayor, Muriel Bowser, she drew loud cheers. Everybody, encore, encore, applause, standing ovation. Because she called for common sense gun laws against black people, including mandatory background checks. What black person doesn't automatically get a mandatory background check? It
Man,
might
they
not
made
even be
me
the
wait.
law in your state, and you go into a
They
white
made
gun
me
shop,
wait
they
four,
just run a
5 days
background
for
check
my
on you
strap.
automatically.
They made me wait hella long for my strap.
All while, all while Jake from State Farm is just going in there and leaving out the same day with his strap.
Right. They made me. Well, I had to go through double the this that the third. Like, nah, man.
That's the goal. That's the goal. And then assault rifles. Ban on assault rifles. Who's getting the assault rifles? Who's coming with assault rifles? It's only one people coming with assault rifles, but you'll try to say, you don't see them gang shootings and all them machine guns that they got. You don't see all them that heavy artillery. They can outshoot the police. So who you think that's targeting? They've been having their assault rifles to go hunt deer. I'm hunting deer, so I need a bullet that's 3 feet long. I got to have one that's that long to shoot the deer.
The deer's got to have it.
Come on now.
I have to annihilate the deer.
To smithereens. You gotta know who you're dealing with, Buster.
Deer. No, deer.
Oh dear, oh, pun intended.
Right.
We she goes on to say, we don't have to live like this, she said, adding that people in other countries don't live like this.
Okay.
What? Representative Cori Bush shared a story of having been in an abusive relationship when she was younger. And if that we had gun laws, I wouldn't have been in that abusive relationship. It's all because of the gun laws that I was in an abusive relationship.
No, you know what I thought about though, late to the game though, but very relevant. When people say, people they don't have it like that in other countries over the gun law thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
What they fail to say is that those countries are usually dictatorships too.
right,
Shit like that.
right.
So under a different, under parliament or, under queen or they're a different kind of rule.
Regimes and
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, say you want that smoke, but you really don't want that smoke unless you're just taking them from the black people though. That's what they really talking about.
well, my partner shot at me multiple times. That moment when gun violence strikes is so dramatic and so preventable. She said, I don't know when he would stop shooting at me, and if we had gun laws, he wouldn't have shot at me. Are you equating domestic violence in gun laws? So
Mm,
so are you saying that the partner who shot at you had an illegal firearm?
right.
Well, that ain't what we're talking about, is it? You said gun background checks. That's what you said. And you said banning assault rifles. This wasn't an assault rifle. And you haven't once said that the gun was illegal. It was legal. It wasn't. You didn't say nothing.
Right.
You didn't say nothing. You just wanted some sympathy. And we had to have a black face. And you had to make it, let me tell my story so that you can feel like you bonded with me. You are my sister in the struggle. No, no, sis. It's not true. You on that one
That's
on your own. You're
stupid.
gonna have to hold your own chicken wings. You're gonna have to hold it.
Uh,
Barbecue chicken wings. You gotta hold your own. It goes on to say the rallies were organized by March of Our Lives, a youth driven organization first created by students who survived the mass shooting at Majorner Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida in 2018. In Parkland, where the movement began, Hundreds of demonstrators gathered outside the Pine Trails Park amphitheater Saturday morning to demand background checks for all gun sales. So once again, are you saying none of these mass shootings have been by people who legally purchased firearms? Is that what
I
we saying
don't.
here?
You know. I guess if they figure if you just keep saying the same stupid thing over and over and over, then maybe people would just gravitate toward it and stick to it. But like for real, dude, like it has nothing to do with the background checks. It's
Absolutely nothing.
it's little freaked out Timmy that's mad that he can't function in like he's mad that his privilege card don't work like it's supposed to, and he wants to take it out on everybody else. And boom,
Period.
like they know what it is. Like I don't. It's the gun laws. It's the tragedy. It's the next is gonna be mental health. Once the gun stuff is they gonna jump around from
Well, that's
everything.
the obvious next one because you haven't even mentioned that.
Oh, we
And,
already know
and
that's coming.
every mass shooter has been mentally ill. So why aren't
Hmm.
you talking about that? Because that's your out. And that's why I'm telling you this is a march against black people.
Boom, bada bam, bada bam.
The fact that they're not mentioning nothing about mental illness. How come is mental illness gonna come up on your background check?
Right. Yeah, right. And it should.
And it should. If
It
you're letting
definitely
people use
should.
the excuse and the cop out that they were mentally ill, oh, just when you're shooting black people.
Man, I'm telling you.
Okay, there it goes. Oh, they do have a little video. Hold on, let me hit you with some fair use. They got a couple of. I want to hear all of the explainage. So let's let you run a little bit of this footage that they got. You seen that fair use old boob tube. This is clearly some footage. Y'all see that? Look in the crowd. Look at the faces of the people in the crowd.
Who they trying to vote out?
I'm sure it's probably Big Daddy, Jose.
Uh,
Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Ain't that what we said? Up there's Minneapolis. No, that's what we say to anti-black racism. Always stealing. I told you it's a march against black people. Look at the crowds. Make sure y'all look at the people in the crowds. And then if we're talking about the good guys with guns, let's keep it. Look at the faces in the crowds. I don't have to make
right,
this up. You guys always race baiting and you always race this. Look at the crowds.
right.
You just seen it with your own eyes.
This is what downtown.
Look, exclusively too. Like
You just seen it with your own eyes.
it was
You
real
just seen it with your
drywall
own
around
eyes.
there, buddy.
Look at the crowd. Ain't that what I told you? Ain't that what I told you? Look at the crowd.
That's what he
You seen.
said. Now
You seen what you seen.
I ain't see
That's not a
no.
crowd that
I
seems
ain't see no.
inclusive.
I ain't see no melanin nowhere.
Huh? So tell me who the march is. They set up 450 plus marches across the country and didn't tell you, black people.
I'm
You weren't
Justin. I got
invited,
two of them.
sir. You weren't invited.
Justin. Yeah.
They
All right. Okay.
weren't invited. Oh, look who else was. This don't look alphabet crew-ish. The alphabet crew was
Oh,
invited.
you know they coming through. You should have known. What you thought it was gonna be some of that without some of that?
What I'm
You
saying,
didn't think the
them is
alphabet crew
that's the
was
only
gonna be
melanin
somewhere
you gonna
close?
see.
Huh?
That's the only
All of
melanin
this
you gonna
started
see.
when we discovered the benefits of
Oh,
local raw
you
honey for
can't
our
turn this
family.
down. Oh, this is
And then
what
you
you
say,
be
hey, you
going
know what?
through,
This is a
when you
business right
can't
here.
catch the turn
We went
down
out
and
and
nothing.
started to
Right,
sell them.
To help us get
Oh,
going,
that's
we got
cool.
the Chase Business
You know,
Complete
they
Banking
right.
trying to
It's
increase the
more than a
minimum
bank
age
account.
to buy
It
from
comes with quick
18 to
accept, which lets us
21.
take card
Like you
payments
can't get nobody to buy you the strap like you can't, like how they do booze. Stop it. It don't even make sense. Fair use. Here they come. Let this is the parkland. This is the
So we
parkland
go to
people.
this, the March for Our Lives movement. It is back in the wake of the Uvalde shooting. In fact, you're looking live right now at Washington, D.C., which is one of many places today
Look at the
across
crowd.
this country where tens of thousands are
We got a
rallying
couple
for
Indian folks
meaningful
down there.
changes to gun laws. NBC's Bree Jackson is joining us from Washington. So, Bree, what are you hearing from the folks there?
Man, what you doing?
Hi, Alex. We're hearing that calls for action from Congress, but I have to point out just a few minutes ago, there was a scare here. Someone was yelling while the speakers were on the stage, and it caused the crowd, someone in the crowd, to start running because that's a reflection of the time we are living in.
There's two right
this
there.
is
But look what they look
rally
like.
where people are asking for gun safety, changes to gun laws, and there was concern. People were running out of the fear for their life, fear that someone was upset about what type of rally this was,
So
and that
you
there
mean to
may be
tell
a
me,
shooter here.
sis, you
So
gonna
I
have
think that
peace with
just
the
gives
gun
you a
laws? They
reflection
gonna
that
stop killing
people
black
don't feel
people?
safe wherever they are, whether it's a school, whether it's a
Basically.
church, whether it's a grocery store, whether it's here at a rally for a cause. People don't feel safe. And so we talked with organizers earlier today about why they're coming out. They're calling for.
Listen here, black folks. We've been telling y'all, get you a candy bar. While they telling you gun violence and this and that, you the ones dying from they guns. And now you gonna go march with them talking about we don't need guns? After they already got theirs though. Okay, don't buy no more though. But we got our whole artillery already set up though. But no more though. That's what they talking about. You talking about fun peace? What peace? What peace of you getting killed by the peace officers? So
Right.
you don't want that peace.
For changes to gun laws. They're calling for something to be done to address mass shootings. In particular, this is an event that's been organized by the.
This ain't affecting you, P, until they come attack you personally. They not randomly. You're not involved in them random mass shootings. The mass shootings you're involved with, black people, are the ones where they're targeting you because you are black.
Thank you, brother.
Those are the ones you need to be concerned with. The mass shootings where they're targeting you, black people, because you're black. Nobody else is dealing with that. So that is, if you're going to be out there. Otherwise, do you know what number one is? ZeroAntiBlackRacism.com and sign in that petition, reparations. That should be the number one concern of every foundational black American. It's called being on call, people.
Those who survived that Parkland shooting 4 years ago. And I talked with
You see them folk in the back that don't look like you? You know what they're doing? It's called on code. And did you see what they said in the beginning of this article? They're bullying the politicians into getting something done. When we gonna start bullying politicians with our votes? Huh?
Gonzalez. She's one of the survivors from that. And I talked with her about the frustration of being back here 4 years later, another mass shooting at a school. And she talked about the call for action that she's demanding and the rally goers here are demanding from Congress.
Not for black people, though.
We're trying to re-up and re-show Congress how important this issue is.
Ex-Gonzalez.
And how it's very important
Stop
to us
it.
that this.
Is this Malcolm X Mexican right here? Is this Malcolm X Mexican right here? Ex Gonzalez, the fearful Mexican, Hispanic, Latina activist. And I go by XG.
gets talked about and we actually get something done. I've been in a constant plateau of just mad, so angry, and ready to change. No.
Make
Angry
what
over what,
change?
Bill?
Malcolm X. Hold on, you said Malcolm X. Hold on, but
You
what
didn't see
changed?
this is the Mexican Malcolm X, P. You
But
don't
what
see she's
changed
X
though?
Gonzalez.
Yeah, but what she can't even explain what the hell she's talking about though.
Of course, when you're just biting somebody else's culture, P, and you're just winging it. I plateaued, and I plateaued at the anger, and I'm just mad and no doubt. What?
No matter the cost, like, this has happened.
What makes this time different?
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, sure. Honestly, I just think that I've seen so much political movement on both sides of the aisle. So when we've had like our lobby meetings and things like that, the fact that Republicans have been willing to like meet with us and Democrats have been like equally on our side, I think it's a really big moment.
Oh, they bipartisan, huh?
Oh, Super Saiyan, like I said, Super Saiyan coming together on this march, right? Oh, okay.
Bipartisan,
Against
huh?
black people.
Bipartisan, huh? The Democrats, they messing with us, like the Republicans, they're cool too. Mm-hmm.
I smell tetheroni.
Yeah, I do too. And I smell Alphabet Crew.
Oh, all day long. So right there was Latina X, Malcolm X Mexican, and you had Alphabet Crew, and you had Rhino Jerky.
Triple play. I know black.
I know black. Both of them, I know black.
You say what you want, friend, but I know
This
black.
is a different moment. That's what we're hearing from several people here. We heard it from those speakers. We heard it from some of the participants. We heard it from Cori Bush, one of the lawmakers, members of Congress. They say this time feels different. They feel that there's more bipartisanship happening when it comes to the negotiations on Capitol Hill. Some of the things that they know comes to background checks, or at least expanding parts of background checks, making juvenile records.
Juvenile records. So you think these shooters that are underage, you think that they wouldn't have been able to shoot had they did gun checks on their juvenile records, although they're not even of age to have said firearm? What
that
about
don't even make sense.
Hey, I bet they won't do this law. Lock up the parents if you leave your gun out and your kid gets your gun and comes shoot up a school. I bet you don't make a law to hold that parent liable.
Nah, that's too much like right.
You said common sense laws.
That will not happen.
Mental illness. We should know if you're mentally ill or not. We should know if you're schizophrenic. We should know if you're bipolar. But nope, you ain't heard that. All you heard was expand background checks that affects who? Black people.
Access to juvenile records, part of those checks. But those are some of the measures that people here are calling for and demanding from Congress, Alex.
It wasn't even nothing.
Right. I didn't hear nothing, no solution. She said, this is going to happen. She said, it's our time. It's our time. We're ready. For what?
For what?
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear none. Once again, here's another crowd. Remember, there was 450 at least rallies. So reason why I'm going to, so you can see who was at these rallies and why the title says, were these marches against? That's why the title is that. I'm showing you. I'm not just saying it.
Up and running,
You're seeing it with your own eyes. I'm showing you. Now, unless you just want to close your eyes and see it, that's fine too. Just
With
from this
this,
picture, you can see
my
who's
secret
in.
new secret dry spray. It smells so
Hey, as soon
good,
as you
and
hear
it's
him
I didn't
secret,
take the
talking
picture.
so it
about some
works all day.
no,
Spray stay
that seemed to
fresh.
be the only thing. Oh,
Right.
hold up,
Secret.
bipartisan, and they ain't doing nothing for some immigrants. Well, then it's
We
targeted black
begin with
people.
breaking news with thousands mobilizing at
Targeting
this.
black people.
To get our
If it ain't giving
business up
something
and
to
running,
immigrants,
we got
oh,
the
it's
Chase
targeting the
Business
black
Complete
folks.
Banking.
It has quick accept, which means we get
That's
same
it.
day
B.
deposits at no extra cost. So we have more to keep
Hold
moving.
on, they,
Get your
oh,
business
okay,
going
they
with the
videos
Chase
is acting
Business
funny.
Complete Banking account.
Hold on, is this
We
it
begin
here?
with breaking news with thousands mobilizing this hour,
I know this ain't
taking to
the
the
same.
streets
Okay.
once again to demand action from Congress on
again.
reforming gun
Hey,
laws.
look at the. Hey,
This is
look who they
Parkland,
made
Florida
sure they
today,
showed
where
in
the
the
March
front.
for Our Lives movement was
No,
founded. In fact,
Who'd you
sure to
see?
show Hillary and Rutherford and they made sure to show the good old boys right in the front though. Right on
Right,
that first
right.
picture you showed, they made sure this is good old boys, good old people, backcountry,
Yeah, right
good
there.
old
Right there.
fashioned. Yeah, that right there, boy. Ain't no mistaking. If like, look at that platinum blonde with them glasses, that's 1960s civil rights racism right there, boy.
Oh, don't forget Mama on the plantation hat behind her with the sign.
But really, Jethro next to her with the hat on, folded up.
Yeah, right to him too. Them two right there.
Them too. This the quintessential. That's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that's it right there.
They carrying the flag to let you know what it's really about.
Period.
They don't they don't they
It's
don't
no
shoot
doubt.
them pictures. Yeah, they don't shoot them pictures and nothing like that for nothing. That video for nothing. They want to make sure. Look, open up with these two so you know what it's about.
Straight up. When you know what you know there, boy.
Mm-hmm. I see them.
Oh, this thing. Let me try it again.
What they want to play?
You're having some technicals now. Every time I push it, it's like I'm you know they funny. That's all right.
That's all right.
We ain't even
What you
gotta
see?
play. I ain't gonna
What you
hold
know? What
y'all.
you? Yeah, that's just
Y'all see what you
you be
see.
breaking it down too big. Breaking
You
it
seen
down
what
too
you
much
seen.
now.
You
You
know
be
what I'm
breaking it
saying?
down too much. You can't be
I ain't
doing all
trying to
that.
leave baby food. You heard me?
But we ain't
We
gonna
ain't gonna
hold you. We
hold
just
you.
go moja, foja, and scold you about being on code. And guess what
That's
now?
right.
It's 4 words
That's
that
right.
would leave you with now. It's love with the peace. Then you got the blessings. And then we serve it up with a big heaping, helping, a whole Philly bunch, a whole, a whole, a whole, a whole heap of aloha now. Whole
A
heap
whole
of
heap
aloha.
of.
Yeah, a whole heap of aloha now. Go ahead and get you some aloha, put it on a plate, get you some foil, take you some home.
That's right now.
Yeah, there's plenty of aloha for everybody.
Even some love for Kendra.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing two critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans. In 2020, as a community, Asian Americans experienced only 287 hate crimes nationwide. However, FBA in the same year suffered 2,871 reported hate crimes. As we know, those are just the reported accounts according to the F.B.I. As foundational Black Americans, we know that the number should reach in the billions daily. This resulted in a 94-1 unanimous decision to pass into law an anti-Asian hate crime provision to make Asian a protected class. With anti-black racism being thousands of times more prevalent and permeating within the fabric of America, we ask that you sign this petition to say we are sick of studies and commissions to study forums and meaningless holidays and nothing burger symbolic gestures. We demand the U.S. government to urgently disperse the first initial reparations cash payment of $20 trillion to the surviving descendants of American chattel slavery. AKA, cut the damn check. And I mean that. Jack. On my ancestors for real for real. I proudly digress. Anyway. Check out the new Slave Patrol documentary. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget to join us on Patreon. I got 4 words for you. Go grab a shirt. And love, peace, blessings and Miloa. Be one.
Hey Riri. Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the building. I know that might sound a little confusing. Call me when you need a friend. Call me when you need someone to come through with that loving baby. I'll be the one to get it from the back. You'll be rolling on my body, babe. There ain't no need to answer the phone, 'cause I got you where I need you, babe.